So what I wanted to say is that, like I said, Arsenal didn't play that well, but at the end of the day, it's about winning. And earlier in the season, it's about getting the points. It's about getting points. It's not about how you get the points, right? So yeah, but I want to say something is that um, uh, towards the end of the game, listen, I don't think it should have been the foul for that goal, but towards the end, Saliba on Cunha. I've looked at it for a couple of times and I thought, like, did he touch the ball? Did he touch the player? Did he touch the ball? Did he touch the player? And I saw it like 3 times again, and Saliba touched the player. He touched the player first. He touched Cunha first. That was it was like the last 5 minutes of the game, 10 minutes, something like that. Should have been a penalty. Should have been a penalty. I think I don't know why he didn't go to VAR. Listen, it's kind of tough, but I think should have been a penalty. But what even more staggers me even more is that it didn't even go to VAR. They didn't even tell the referee to go to the VAR and check it. Like I really don't understand these referees, honestly, in the Premier League. But anyway, but I think United should have had a penalty. I really think so. Listen, Arsenal won. That's the most important thing. And the way they defended, they deserved with the way they defended the win. In general, I don't think they deserve to win. But listen, football is about winning. It's not about if you deserve it or not. But I think that should have been a penalty. That should have been a penalty. And if it's not a penalty, at least let the guy check it. Go to the monitor and check it whether it's a penalty or not. I don't know why the referee didn't. So I don't know why the people in VR don't even tell the referee to check it. I really don't understand. But anyway, um, but yeah, good win for Arsenal. La Liga. Atletico Madrid start the new season and they lose 2-1. They were in the lead in the first half, a goal from Felipe Alvarez. But in the second half, you have to give credit to Espanyol. They came back really good, scoring 2 goals. And I mean, Atletico last season, for most of the season, they were looking very, very good. They were competing all fronts, and then towards the last, I would say, uh, I'm sleeping, but for the last, I would say, from the middle of March or from the start of March, they started to sleep, like me, for example, and they started to fall away a bit, and that's what cost them, challenging for the La Liga title towards the end, being knocked out of the Champions League, even though in an unfair way, and being knocked out in the Copa del Rey. This season, you would think like this can be a kind of a redemption season for Atletico Madrid, for how they kind of capitulated towards the end of last season. You think like they're going to be fired up. Simeone's going to be fired up, and the players are going to be fired up to come back stronger. But first game, and they lose the first game against Espanyol. So, Atletico Madrid. I've heard people say that is it time for Diego Simeone to leave Atletico Madrid? Because since 2000, I think since 2016, they've not reached a Champions League final or Copa del Rey final, except winning the. If you look at the knockout competitions since 2016, they've not reached a final in, let's say, in Champions League final or Copa del Rey final. Yeah, they've reached Spanish Super Cup finals by major honors. Except they won the Europa League in that year, 2018. But the reason they won the Europa League in that year was because they got knocked out in the Champions League group stage. So, and obviously in that time when you finish third, you play in the Europa League and you have a chance to win it. So they won in La Liga 2021, but they've not had Atletico Madrid, and since 2016 they've not consistently reached finals after finals in the Champions League, or constantly challenged for the La Liga titles, and they've not won many trophies. Is it time for Simeone to leave? I mean, he's been a great manager for Atletico Madrid. He's like a god there, honestly. The job he's done is incredible. But I think like there comes a point where maybe it's time for a change. maybe it's time for a change. Um, I think he should leave. I would say he should leave, but I think maybe Simeone should think like maybe there's a time that I should leave sooner or later, because I think this Atletico Madrid side, like, they need something refreshing. They need something refreshing. Obviously Simeone has been a great manager, but I think it looks like Atletico needs something refreshing. In my opinion. So yeah. Ligue 1. Paris Saint-Germain start their new season in the French league, even though because obviously they recently won the Super Cup by beating Nantes 1-0 thanks to a goal from Vitinha. They scored another goal, but it was a Salah by VAR from Ramos. But yeah, Paris Saint-Germain win 1-0. I mean, Luis Enrique rested some of the players who played on Wednesday. Understandably so, because it was quite an intense game. But they managed to win 1-0 and start in a good way in the French league. Finally, the Premier League, Monday Night Football today, as Leeds United play against Everton. Leeds United back on the Premier League, and yeah, great to see Leeds United back in the Premier League. Obviously, it's a great club, huge fan base. Great, great players used to play for Leeds. I remember in 2004 or 2003 when they got relegated. They had a great striker. I don't remember his name, but I think his name is Vodka or something like that. Somebody similar name, but he was a great striker for them, and they had great players at that time. And they didn't look like a relegation team at that time in 2004 or something like that when they got relegated. Because 3 years before that they were in the Champions League semi-final, and they had great players like Rio Ferdinand, etc. So yeah, but Leeds United, they play against Everton. Everton are a good side. They were a good side last season, I should say, for the second half of the season since David Moyes came in and took charge of Everton second time. They were very good for the second half of the season. So I'm looking forward to see how Everton do this season, because they had a great second half of last season. So I'm looking forward to see how they're going to do this season, where they're going to finish. Are they going to finish mid-table? Obviously, is the first season where they're going to play the new shiny stadium, Hill Dixon Stadium. So I'm looking forward to see how Everton are going to do this season. I think so. They've made some signings as well, like Jack Grealish, obviously, Liman Ndiaye as well. So I'm looking for to see how they're going to do this season. It's going to be interesting for Everton and watching Everton as well. So because they did well for the second half of last season, and you could say, oh, because of no pressure, new manager bounce, etc. But with first full season, new stadium, I'm looking forward to see how Everton do. So yeah, but away to Leeds, it's not going to be an easy game at all for Everton, because Leeds are going to give absolutely everything. They're going to make it as much as difficult as much as they can. You see other promoted teams like Sunderland at home, first game back in the Premier League for many years, and they gave everything and they won 3-0. Whereas Leeds, not as much as Sunderland last time playing in the Premier League, because they played the last time the Premier League was in 2 years ago. So, but it will be a difficult game for sure for Everton. At least we'll give everything. The fans will give everything. It will be a good game for sure. My prediction. I'm going for a 1-0 win for Everton. I think Everton will win 1-0. So yeah, that's my prediction. And yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you. I wish you have a nice day. See you on Wednesday or next time, whatever the next time I do the video. And have a nice day. Bye.